Well, welcome to our very first episode. I'm Kaye Sera, and I'm here for our first door knock interview. We found ourselves at the front of Bluestone Media. They're just off Brunswick Street. So now, if you have a look up here at the sign, Bluestone and Trading, these are the publications that they produce. Outrage, Ariel, Melbourne Star Observer. We're actually here to talk to the editor of Melbourne Star Observer, that's Kelly Gardner. So let's see if she's in. I feel like I should have a little nappy sand or something at this point of time. Here we go. Hi, Kelly.
Kaye Sera, you're shorter than I remembered.
Yeah, what's happening? Oh, steps. There we go.
It's an old lesbian trick.
Kelly, of course, you're the editor for MSO.
I am.
Thank you so much for agreeing to talk to us. Can we come in?
Please do.
Off we go. Now, you see the door staying open by itself. They must be a classy organisation for that
Very
to happen.
classy. Here's our very classy foyer.
Now, this is the foyer area.
Deserted as we speak.
Hey, look at this sign here. Area alarm,
Yes,
do not
walk
enter.
in there, large men with guns and dogs come screaming out of the closet for you.
Oh dear. Well, we'll have to test out that little security system later on. What exactly does an editor do?
Well, an editor manages the publication generally, gets all the stories in, makes sure that they read properly. In my case with MSO, I try and get as many different people writing for us as possible, so I try to make sure that their articles read well but still represent what they want to say in their sort of voice. So we have lots of different, you know, a dance music voice and a fashion sort of voice, those sorts of things. I have to try and pretend that I know what they're talking about.
To cover all of your beds?
Yeah, that's right.
How long have you been associated with the paper?
About 5.5 years.
5 years? Now, I have to ask you, I know the paper will have had a few changes in that time, so what changes have you seen in your time as editor at MSO?
Well, the big one for us was going from a fortnightly to a weekly publication, which we just in the end had to do because it was getting so big, it was unmanageable. So we've been weekly for a couple of years now, and it's so much easier, it's fantastic.
Let's talk about some of the big stories in your time as editor. Now, there are a couple that we wanted to mention. What would be the more controversial ones, or perhaps the highlights? What are some of the highlights?
Well, the main ones for us would be the Tasmanian law reform. I suppose that has been an ongoing thing for, well, it's a 9-year campaign, so it's been going almost as long as the newspaper, and it's a highlight now because they've achieved their reform. One of the lowlights, I suppose, was Tasty. The Tasty raid, even though it gave us fantastic stories for years, it's still not resolved, and it really was such a horrendous incident that we covered it, as did the daily papers.
It must have been particularly satisfying for you getting a story up and running the week after, directly after the Tasty raid.
Well, it was interesting, I suppose, in terms of the community profile that the daily papers were covering the Tasty raid as well. And covering it quite well too, not covering it in a sort of sensational way, covering it in the same way that we would do if we were daily. So it presented different challenges for us.
Now, Kelly, I know that you're working on another magazine at the moment.
Yes.
That's also published by Bluestone?
Yep.
What's the magazine called?
It's called Lip, and it's a national lesbian glossy monthly magazine.
What type of circulation do you hope to?
Well, it should be about 30,000 nationally, which makes it the biggest gay publication in the country, and probably one of the biggest in the world, certainly the biggest lesbian magazine in the world, and it'll be free. Every issue will have a longish feature, which might be an interview, might be a political sort of thing, in a general sort of political sense. There's a profile, health, workplace sorts of issues like discrimination, fashion, lesbian fashion spreads with real models, real people as models.
Oh, thank God.
It's like a women's magazine for lesbians. It's not a lesbian version of Outrage or anything else, or a national version of the publications we already have. It's a women's magazine for lesbians, and so it does have fashion, but it has real people acting as models. The newspapers function much more, and quite consciously, as professional news media outlets, so we're reporting on stories as they happen. The magazines, which are colour, they have a lot longer lead time. They can't any longer report on issues as they happen, or they might do general overviews, but they can't actually report news. So they come out once a month. They do different things. They'll do broader features, longer interviews with people. They have a bit more floss in them. And they can do fashion and things like that.
As in fairy floss?
Yes.
Sorry to say.
Or lip gloss.
Oh, yeah. Well, never short of any lip gloss at Ben TV. How do you see some of the challenges that we meet in the future?
I think that in terms of publishing, we have to take more notice of the internet and multimedia. When MSO started, for example, there was no Bent TV, there was no Joy Radio, and those sorts of things make a really big difference to the amount of information that the community gets about what we're doing, and also the amount of information that the rest of the world gets about what we're doing. So we all have a responsibility to represent the community as best we can in all its diversity, but also we know that anything that we write or put to air is seen by other people too, and in doing that we're having a bigger influence on the rest of the community.
Kelly, thank you so much for talking with us.
Thank you for coming.
And that wraps up our very first door knock interview.
Usually tonight's a highlight. I love the Brunswick Street Carnival. The dancing in the street and that sort of thing, in the open atmosphere.
Bit of mayhem.
Yes, that's right.
Is this your partner here?
No.
A friend?
I wish he was.
We came here last year and it was super.
We're not new to this, you see.
So last year you had a good time?
Terrific, yeah. So we come back again.
What would be the highlight of Midsumma Carnival for you this year?
As with every other year, probably the picnic day that ends tonight and the picnic at the end of the...
Yeah. I've come here to bask and party on and drink beer and have a wild, wild time.
You see, the Midsumma Carnival, everybody sort of sets out tables here and the people sit down.
Well, I enjoy this evening, but I also enjoy the actual carnival at the end. I think that's fantastic at the Alexander Gardens. Absolutely superb.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone really winds down and has a great time.
What's your rat's name?
Little B.
Little B? And Little B lives on your shoulder?
Yeah.
And doesn't jump off at all?
No.
Orange and pink. Definitely Midsumma when you get the clash of the fluoros.
This is our first time here, so
Really?
we don't know what to expect.
Where do you come from?
Melbourne.
In Melbourne, we usually just
Go to Mardi Gras.
all the time.
Look, you've come to Brunswick Street.
Yes, I have.
Why is that?
I don't know why I'm looking at the microphone.
Look at the camera.
Okay, where should I
You
look?
have no camera technique.
I haven't.
What kind of songs do you do?
I try and do latest ones, but normally just,
Difficult to keep up.
yeah.
I'm just transfixed by your chest here. It's enormous.
Yes,
What size are you?
40 double D. I had breast implants. Yeah.
Do you get them checked every so often?
Every 2 years.
2
Yeah.
years.
Just
So the maintenance is fairly high for those.
It is very high.
This is Claire Beckwith, President of Midsumma.
You've been rude about my breasts.
I'm a little bit concerned. Is it taped in?
No,
today.
nothing better to do on a Saturday except get dressed up like Gary Glitter and strut my stuff on the street.
What would be the highlight of the festival for you?
The people.
The people.
Definitely the people.
That is really the big thing. That's what all this is about. Just being proud of who you are and what you're doing.
helping to raise funds for Midsumma Festival.
I see. And you buy them and then people stick them on?
Yes, or anywhere they like.
You won't need a lubricant at this rate.
I am so hot. I am so hot.
You are hot. Did they brief you well?
Oh, yes, wonderfully.
Gosh, I can't believe how attractive policemen are these days.
Oh, thank you very much.
What happened to your face here?
Fell on the cement.
It must have hurt you.
Did.
What have you got there in your...
Little camera. You're a drag queen.
What's the highlight of the festival for you?
Sitting around seeing people that I haven't seen for a while and having dinner and hoping like hell that those spin around things down the lane don't hit the wall.
It's about being part of a community that cares about people.
Just being around gay people and the unity involved, and yeah, it's great.
About unity?
Yeah, it's good, like a family.
You're showing open affection in the street.
Yes,
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Do they have gay men in the country?
They sure do, yeah.
I tell you what, if all the boys in the country look like you, we'll be down there quick smart.
Lovely evening.
A lovely evening.
We're having sex with 27 people.
Oh, Kate, stop it.
Are you a couple?
Yes, we are. Yeah. You get
How long
that?
have you been together?
20 contact days.
20 days.
Yeah, I live in Sydney.
How do you think Midsumma compares to Mardi Gras?
I think Midsumma is actually much more grassroots.
Which member of the Flintstones are you?
Some people say Fred.
Just up in a Ferris wheel here, as you see, quite high up, and I have to say I'm absolutely petrified. But this is one of the rides. Oh God, this is one of the rides at Midsumma, and I'm just a big old queen when it comes to heights.
Hi, here we are again on Brunswick Street, the most colourful place you can be in this side of town. Food, cafes, restaurants everywhere. It's quite easy to see why the little gourmet would come down to a place like this. But we're going to take you to a little place, just the nutritional basics really, and it's called Go Organic. Let's go take a look. But what exactly do you specialise in?
Well, organic. We call ourselves a natural food and juice bar. So therefore, anything that we believe is good natural food, in the sense good for you, tastes good. I deal a lot directly with growers, and that's where you get your little lines, little specialty lines that you just don't see commercially anymore. And that's interesting because you can get apples that just aren't grown.
Yeah, that's great. And what's the difference between food that is grown organically and food that isn't?
It's the herbicides and the pesticides, the sprays that are used on conventional produce. A lot of people forget to wash and scrub their vegetables. And it's important to because they are being sprayed. Where with organic, you don't have to necessarily worry. You have to wash it because everybody's been handling it, but not because of what's put on it.
Well, here we are in the vegetable and herb section. Gabrielle, tell us a little about these veggies and herbs.
Veggies and herbs. Well, something I really aim to do is keep a lot of fresh herbs here. We stock turmeric and galangal, which is often used in Indian curries, stir-fries. Don't very often see turmeric fresh. Now, most people probably use the powder, but it gives a really nutty taste. We always stock garlic and ginger, of course, because we use that in our juices. And then we stock a lot of fresh herbs like dill, coriander, pineapple sage, thyme, rosemary, we stock it all. And basil is something that you fight to stock over winter because it's all coming from Queensland.
Oh, so it's only grown in Queensland?
At the moment in winter because it's a summer herb. We have shiitake mushrooms as well. There's been a lot of talk about shiitake mushrooms over the last 2 years. We stock them fresh. Shiitakes have a natural antibiotic in them. There's been a lot of studies put into it in Japan. Pharmaceutical companies are doing it and they've found that there is active ingredients, active antibiotics. So yeah, the thing that we do here is try and give advice, nutritional advice. I'm a naturopath. Alison, who manages the place here, she's a naturopath. And the other guy, Dean, he's a qualified chef. So we actually try and be informed.
I must say my taste buds are going crazy here, just being tantalised by the fantastic smells and the colour. And I also noticed you have a bit of a juicery happening over there. And That seems to be a popular thing.
Oh, very popular. Keeps us very busy. Winter, summer, doesn't really matter. We change the juices seasonally. In winter, we do high vitamin C juices, pineapple juices, especially for colds and hay fever. We do it all, yeah. We try and keep it busy. And in summer, we've got peaches, blueberries, raspberries in there. So, it changes seasonally.
This is looking mighty tasty. Gabrielle, thank you very much for showing us through the shop. It's very fascinating, and you've certainly converted me. None of that grocery shopping for me anymore.
Fantastic to hear. Yeah, and thank you.
So there you have it. Go natural, go organic.
If I dig a little deeper of what I might find, well, they say what can kill you only makes you stronger. Oh yeah. And if I'm not dead yet, please stay a little bit longer. Well, you know I could never be the same. Oh no. I forgot to ask your last name. Oh, stay for a while. Come on, make me smile, if only for a very, 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 very short while. Oh yeah, a short while. Well, I knew from the moment we met. Oh no, you were gonna be the one I never forget. Oh yeah. Now there has been no one else on my mind. Ooh. And I'm afraid if I dig a little deeper of what I might find, stay for a while. Come on, make me smile, if only for a very, 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 very short while. Oh yeah, a short while. Oh yeah, stay for a while. Come on, make me smile, if only for a very, 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 very short while. Yeah.
Rubber and leather take pride of place in the closet of many a self-respecting queen or dyke, one of the fetish pillars of our community, you might say. So it comes as no surprise that there's a shop dealing exclusively with such items. It's called Lucrezia De Sade. More about that name later. It's on the tail end of Brunswick Street, and we've come along today to check out their wares. This could be interesting. Okay, now we have some very interesting items or accessories in the shop here. There's this lovely nutcracker, it is, for the modern kitchen. There's this pillow here. Now, I do believe that they have a full range of sheets and pillowcases to go with it. No, you must get asked this question all the time. Where does the name come from?
It's from two people in our history, Lucrezia Borgia, who had quite a torrid life, being molested by popes and so forth, and the Marquis de Sade, who virtually invented S&M.
You've got some very interesting and colourful items on display here. How would you describe a typical customer for this shop?
I'm not sure there is such a thing. We get everybody from party-goers to boys that want to dress up to a particular image, through to tabletop dancers, circus performers even. That's a Tarzan lap-lap, complete with crotch facing.
This lovely item here also?
That's our new buckle skirt. Bondage connotations, being strapped in and so forth.
Oh, very nice. And moving right along, this is a lovely formal evening wear by the look of it.
Yeah, for that special occasion.
Always nice to have a ruffled shirt in your wardrobe. What do you think it is about leather and rubber that attracts people?
I guess it's different things to different people, but with leather it can be the smell, the feel, or even the historical value of leather has been used for quite a few years. With PVC and some of the rubber and latex stuff, there's a certain sexual or sensual element to them as well. We have the full range of sort of leather gear, from half chaps such as those, and through to the leather pants and vests and shirts. There we're getting into a bit of lycra for the party wear. Very firming and so forth.
Let's hold those stomachs in after a long night dancing. Well, I don't know about you lot, but I think I've discovered a whole new side to my personality. You know what they say, if you can't beat 'em, tie 'em up.
You've come along to the Laird Hotel this evening.
That's right.
Why is that?
Well, we normally come here for Friday night just for a quiet drink.
You must be all freezing here.
No.
No, you always walk around like this.
Yes, we're always hot. Yeah, the whole thing's leather.
What's the upkeep on this leather regalia?
Well, you can't sort of use Mr. Sheen on it. You have to
Stubborn.
No, you have to use sort of special leather products to make it sort of look good.
No wax chest here.
No, definitely not.
Quite a bit of facial hair here.
I'm the only one tonight with...
Yeah, but that's okay.
Fuzz. I enjoy it.
What's your ideal man?
The perfect build.
You've got a tattoo on your chest.
Yeah, I've got 3 actually.
Oh, they're everywhere.
In there.
Now, but with your actual little pouch thing here, it is air conditioned, I see.
Yes. Yeah.
Now,
just
this
for hot
is,
days.
Yeah, because you don't want any rashes down there.
Definitely not.
What do you think about the competition here this evening?
I think it's a bit silly, actually.
Silly?
Yes, I do. Well, the harness for SM play and bondage.
What does S&M mean?
Stands for sadomasochism.
I thought it was standing and modelling.
No, that's only in Paran.
Are you a couple?
Sometimes.
What's your fantasy?
Oh, a bit of exhibitionism.
It's pierced?
Yeah.
But it hasn't got metal through it.
Okay, because it's a stretcher, because the hole's getting bigger. Put a chain from the nose to the nipples to the dick.
What is it about leather that you like?
I think the sensuality and the animality of it.
It's sort of a look, it's sort of like a hot look, really masculine look, it's a real gay look.
Everybody talks and is really sort of out there in public in Sydney, but there's something about it in Melbourne that's really intimate, really special. You walk back, people are smiling, talking to each other. It's good.
Without actually filming your below the waist, what's happening down there?
Well, it's so cold out here, I was afraid my balls would rise up. This is actually a really long hangman's noose.
Do you have to actually stretch the...
No, not at all. I usually tuck them up to do this one.
Oh, it looks very painful.
No.
Does yours go up the bottom?
Velvet soap.
Oh, it spreads down there.
Yeah. Homo white.
Well, tell me about your fantasies.
My fantasies. Can it be R-rated?